There's a whole bunch of tricks and hacks that most drivers are not even aware of, and many of them can save you time, money, and frustration on the road. These hacks can save you from a breakdown, make winter driving easier, and keep your vehicle in top shape with minimal effort. But for some reason, they don't teach us that in driving schools. Luckily for you, we're here to help you out with 10 genius car hacks that 90% of drivers miss. Let's start the countdown. Number 10. Turn on the heating to cool the engine. You probably expected a list of convenience hacks, but we start with a real lifesaver. With this simple move, you can save thousands of dollars because no cooling system is perfect, and even newer cars can easily overheat in demanding driving conditions such as hot weather, uphill rides, etc. In those situations, the key is to react promptly and cool down the engine. The easiest way to do this is to turn the heating on. Since problems like these usually occur in summertime, you won't feel particularly comfortable inside. But the thing is that the heating system uses the engine's heat to warm up the cabin. So once this fan is on, the engine's temperature will go down, and in many situations will buy you enough time to avoid a complete breakdown. But keep in mind that it won't solve the problem. It's a temporary thing, so you'll have to fix your cooling system anyway. Number 9. Extra weight for winter stability. If you live in areas with harsh winters and a lot of snow, driving a rear-wheel drive car certainly isn't an ideal choice. Snow or ice on the road, it can be pretty tricky to keep the car under control, as sometimes just a tiny bit of extra throttle is enough to slide off the road. The problem is in the layout of rear-wheel drive cars. The engine is usually at the front, so the rear end is too light to provide enough grip on slippery roads. So the logical solution is to add extra weight to the rear end. We're not talking about some design modification. No, it's enough to put something heavy in your trunk and the car will become way more stable. A few grain sacks or sandbags will do the job. Of course, it's not like you can relax completely and drive like it's in the middle of summer, but still the improvements will be more than noticeable and your drive on snow and ice will be much safer. Number 8. Floor mats will help you get out. No matter the drivetrain, it's easy to end up on the side of the road during winter days. In most cases, you'll end up deep in snow and then things can get pretty messy. Some people keep a shovel in their trunk, and that could be of great help to clean the snow around the car, but still, it won't solve problems with traction. Your tires will still be stuck on a surface that's usually a mix of dirt, grass, and snow, so most likely there won't be enough grip to get you out. In such situations, a rubber floor mat can be a lifesaver. Just clear the snow around the spinning wheel and place the floor mat as close as possible to the tire with the textured side facing up to provide the best grip. You'll get significantly better traction, and in most cases, you'll be able to get out. Number 7. Use cat litter for window defogging. One of the most annoying things during winter days is foggy windows. Simply, there's too much condensation around that even modern cars with good air conditioning systems can't always deal with it. As logic suggests, the only way that you can solve this problem is by reducing moisture inside the cabin. And how do you do that? By using cat litter. Cat litter is made from various materials, but the best ones with the highest absorption power are made from sodium bentonite. So get some of these, fill a sock or cloth bag with it, and find a good spot inside the cabin to place it. It can be under the seat, on the dashboard, but it's best to be close to the window that gives you the most trouble. Results will be more than noticeable. Number 6. Toothpaste works well as polish. Foggy headlights not only make your car look less appealing, but also reduce visibility at night, compromising safety. While there are plenty of headlight polishing products on the market, you don't actually need them. Toothpaste works just as well. Its mild abrasives help remove oxidation and restore clarity. Start by wet sanding the headlights to smooth the surface. Once that's done, clean them thoroughly and then apply toothpaste using circular motions. Let it dry, then wipe off the residue with a clean, dry cloth. Your headlights will be clear and bright once again. Number 5. Fuel filler side. Okay, this may not sound like a hack at first because we all know on which side a fuel filler is on our car. But imagine a scenario where you rent a certain car model for the first time. It's time for the first stop at the gas station and we're pretty sure you haven't even thought about checking on which side the filler is. You're at the gas station and you realize you parked on the wrong side of the fuel dispenser and the hose isn't long enough to reach the filler. Of course, that really isn't a big of a deal and you'll repark the car, but still, it's not particularly convenient. So what you need to do is to check the fuel gauge. There you'll find a small arrow that indicates on which side the fuel filler cap is. If it points left, then it's on the left side of the car. If the arrow points right, clearly it's on the right side. Number 4. Shoelace can unlock a car. How many times have you heard a story about a locked car with keys inside? Well, if that ever happens to you, this hack will help you save the day. There's no need to call a rescue team or go home to grab the second pair of keys. A shoelace will do the job. The first thing to do is to take a shoelace and tie a simple slip knot, and then pry the door, but gently as you don't want to damage your car. The idea is to slide the lace between the door and the car frame. Once the lace is inside, you'll have to do some maneuvering to get to the car's lock button. Once you reach it, tighten the knot, and pull the lock up, and the job is done. Number 3. Use glycerin and doors won't get sticky ever again. Here comes another common winter issue. On winter days, there's plenty of moisture that gets frozen overnight. Much of that moisture ends up on seals or in the lock mechanism, which creates a strong bond and makes doors very hard to open. So hard that you can easily snap the handle off. To prevent this, put some glycerin on seals and in the lock mechanism because its water repellent features will prevent moisture from sticking to rubber seals and freezing. In that way, seals won't stick ever again. Of course, glycerin isn't the only thing that you can use. Anything with water repellent properties will work, including products like silicone spray, Vaseline, or a classic rubber protectant. Number 2. Coin for a quick tire check. Driving safely is not possible without proper tires, and in most cases, it's enough to check the DOT number to see if your tire is old enough and doesn't perform as it should anymore. But sometimes, even a relatively new tire can be ready for replacement because the treads are worn out. It depends on mileage as well as on driving style. If you drive a lot, you should check tread depth once in a while, and to do that, you don't need a caliper or some other fancy tool. A coin will do the job. Get a penny or a quarter and insert it in the thread groove with the image side facing down. If Lincoln's or Washington's head is covered by tread, your tire is still good. If you can see the top of the head, your tire is worn out and it's time for a replacement. Number 1. Use AC on winter days too. Now, this may sound contradictory to many of you because why would you use air conditioning on winter days? The classic heater does the job just fine. While you definitely don't want to cool down the cabin temperature, but there are a bunch of reasons why experts insist on using the AC on cold days. The key reason is to prevent musty odors, as mold and mildew buildup inside the system is a pretty common thing that'll cause unpleasant odors once the summer comes and you turn on the AC again. Moreover, regular use is important for maintaining the system as it prevents seals and components from drying out and developing leaks. Not to mention that the compressor stays in good shape. Moreover, experts even claim that using AC improves fuel efficiency because the constant use of a heater puts a strain on the engine, whereas AC, in many situations, consumes less power. Thanks for watching and see you next time.